Hello everyone, welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, and this video will be previewing day one of the Galway Festival. We do it every year, we always preview the big festivals, and we've done Galway the last couple of years, and especially last year as well was a very good success. And I think also as well our first year was a good one as well. So we tend to do well at these big festivals in Ireland. Punchestown was another one we did really well at earlier in the year, and always is a good spectacle, Galway. A mixture of flat hand jumps, and hopefully we can have another good week this week. Also as well, it's Flourish Goodwood around the corner. I'm going to be there on Thursday doing some work with BBC Radio Sussex as their racing expert for the third consecutive year, so I'm looking forward to that. And there'll be lots of Goodwood videos here on my own YouTube channel, so to make sure you don't miss any of those, please give me a subscribe by doing so in the subscribe button below, and you'll get a notification every time a video is uploaded to my YouTube channel, which hopefully will be most evenings this week, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, we want to get into the business end of things, and it all kicks off in the opening race tomorrow at Galway on day one in the 520, and I'm going with a horse here called Authorised Art. Now this horse is 6-4 with the makers at the moment, trained by Willie Mullins, and Paul Townend is booked for the ride, who is his main man these days. Now this horse won very well last time we saw him at Punchestown back in May. He's probably been saved for this race because Willie Mullins does very well in this particular race at Galway. He's won 4 of the last 5 renewals, so always take his runs very seriously, and I think with this horse winning last time out in commanding authority, I think he's got a very good chance of getting us off to a good start. So not original, but I think he's definitely the one to be with. We then go to the 555 with a horse called Couvar, 10-1 with the makers at the moment, trained by Andrew Slattery, who's yarder in good form at the moment, and Dara O'Keefe takes off a handy £5. He's riding really well as well at the moment. He's had quite a few wins in the last fortnight. Now this horse actually won at Down Royal a couple of months ago and was raised by the handicap at £10 for that win. I think Connections have been had in mind running this horse at the Galway Festival, so they haven't sent him out since. He's had a couple of runs on the flat, and he's actually ran okay in those races as well, making the frame. So I think there's a lot to like about him tomorrow. There's extra places going around, and I think he's a good each way bet to go close for us. So that's going to be our one there. We then go to the 625 with a horse called Shekhem. Now this horse is trained by Dermot Weld, and Chris Hayes is booked for the ride. Finished 7th in a decent maiden at the Curragh last time out when staying on really strongly, and I think he would learn from that experience, and I think he'll go forward tomorrow and would have benefited for that run. Dermot Weld do very well in this race as well. He's not the favourite because Aidan O'Brien's got the favourite, which is short price, but I think this is definitely a worthy adversary tomorrow, and at 5-2 at the prices, I think that's where your selection's got to be. In the 705, another competitive race, but I like Engels Rock here at 8-1 for Mark McNiff, and Oisin Orr has been booked for the ride tomorrow. This horse actually finished second to Hermosa, who obviously went on to win the Irish and also as well English Guineas, so he's got some good form, or she's got some good form in the bag, I should say, because this is a fillies race tomorrow, and I think she could still be well treated off the mark of 76. She's been running well this summer as a 3-year-old, and Connections have probably had a race in mind at this festival for her, and I think tomorrow she's got a very good chance, and she could be well handicapped still. So for me, 8-1, she's a fair each way play tomorrow. In the 740, a good race. One I'm going with here is a bit of an outsider, but I think it's got a good chance of going well, is Litterale Ci, who's 25-1 with the makers at the moment, trained by Harry Fry, who's a British jumps trainer, but he's sending this one over to Ireland in the colours of JP McManus. His sister-in-law, Aine O'Connor, is booked for the ride, taking a handy £7 off. Now this horse actually ran in the Marsh Cup at Newbury last time out, finishing 9th place. That was a warm race, but still I think you definitely got to respect Litterale Ci. I think this has been a plan for this horse to come over here and run in this race, and I think this horse has got a good chance of going well tomorrow and making the frame, and I think is a massive each way price and shouldn't be underestimated. So for me, that's going to be our selection there. We then go to the 810 with a horse called Ideal Pal, 13-2 but makes at the moment, trained by Michael Mulvary, and Ben Curtin is booked for the ride tomorrow. He's a really promising apprentice jockey in Ireland, claiming a handy 5. Now this horse seeks his 4th win in the row, and these Connections and the colours like to do well at Galway. I remember backing a few of their horses at the festival in recent years, and they've done me some good favours. So I think tomorrow this is a race that they probably targeted for Ideal Pal. He's been running really well. He recently notched up the 4-timer with his win at Ballinroad, and I think he's got a very good chance of going close tomorrow, and is a fair each way price. We then go to the 840, which is the final race of the day, with a horse called Risk Factor, trained by Joseph O'Brien, and Tony Hamilton's booked for the ride, taking a handy 5 off. Now this horse is the favourite at the moment. He's 11 to 8 with bookmakers, but ran very encouragingly on debut, and the pair were 5 lengths clear that day. And I think if this horse is taking a step forward, which he should do with top connections and also as well top owners as well, owned by Michael Tebbutt, this horse should be the one to finish us off, hopefully on a high tomorrow. So that's going to be our selection there, and hopefully we can have some winners of day one of the Galway Festival. So if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button for more videos here on my YouTube channel, Lucky Loaders 15. You can also follow me on Twitter as well for all links to my work using my handle, which is at Lucky Loaders 15. And that's all I've got to say. So please gamble responsibly. Hopefully we can have some winners tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.